A new mugshot of Bill Cosby has surfaced online. In response to the photo, some are saying free Bill Cosby, while others claim that justice was served. While the picture was released this week, it was actually taken last month. Officials at the prisons told TMZ that the new mugshots are taken of prisoners because their appearance changes over time. The 83-year-old is currently serving 3 to 10 years at the State Correctional Institution in Collegeville, Pennsylvania. But the Pennsylvania Supreme Court agreed to review the case, and appeal is scheduled to be heard on December 1st. Calling into the studio, we have our own comedy hype analyst, Pierre, calling in to join us to talk about Bill Cosby. Now, Pierre, I know this isn't the first mugshot that we've seen of Bill Cosby, and we're not going to show it, but I want to know, what was your initial reaction when you saw this mugshot of Bill Cosby?
I was shocked. I ain't gonna lie, I was shocked. I mean, first of all, I'm surprised they didn't have a barber in the penitentiary. I mean, his thing looked terrible. I mean, you couldn't have had it look any worse than it did, and it hurt me. Well, just, he's an idol of mine. Yes, he committed a crime. I admit that, but I mean, do we have to? He's paying for it. Does he have to pay for it with that picture too? I mean, that picture was harsh. You could tell he's going through some stuff up in there. Some people are happy that he is going through some stuff, but I just feel like that picture did him no service at all for his legacy.
So would you say that you kind of have a little bit of sympathy for Bill Cosby?
Of course. I mean, anytime one of your idols gets pulled down, even regardless if it's from an act of their own, if it was, the accusations are true, it's still,
So what are your thoughts about people who are saying, he deserved this, he brought this on himself, this is justice being served? What are your thoughts on those people saying that?
Who are these people speaking? I mean, if you haven't gone through that, if you haven't been raped, I think, you need to sit back and respect those who've been raped, to have their opinion on that, because I think we're on the sidelines, jumping in there. We don't really know. I really don't know. I really feel like he has paid his debt. I mean, how much longer do you need an 83-year-old man to be in jail? That happened years ago. I'm not saying to negate it, but his whole legacy has been kind of squashed. His money's pretty much being pushed around, gone to whatever he has left over. What else do y'all want from him? An 83-year-old man. It's not like he's 33. You put another 50 years in jail. I would say let him go on his sunset. Go ahead, let him out. Let him, I think he suffered enough, to me, honestly. But again, I haven't been raped. So for those out there raped, say, he ain't suffered enough. I haven't been that, but I feel like it's enough's enough.
Do you think this picture was put out to humiliate him?
Well, if it wasn't, it did. I mean, that is a bad look. Woo-wee! That's a bad look. So it didn't help the cause, okay? And me, so it didn't help him at all. But then again, he's in jail. I mean, how handsome are you supposed to look? How good is the picture supposed to look of you when you're in jail? But it is a pretty bad one. And I just think that, our idols are being just dragged through the mud. He's in jail already, okay? Do we need to see him any worse than that? So I don't think it helped at all. And I think it's horrendous. I don't know why he let them take a picture. I don't know how the jail system works. Do you just get forced to take a picture at that moment, or can you get your hair cut before you go get it? I don't know how that works, but I wish that picture hadn't came out. It didn't help his cause, his legacy,
So I know you've been in the game for a while. Have you ever met Bill Cosby in your time in comedy?
No, I've never met him. I've heard many stories, just as any complex artist, I've heard good stories and bad stories. He's done a lot especially for black colleges and for black people. That TV show, The Cosby Show, did a lot for people, just to make for black people especially, a lot of enrollments in black colleges went up. Sure, the deeds he's, accused of doing is horrific and bad. How do you balance that out? I guess that just squashes everything he's done. Not in my heart, Right. I'm still a Bill Cosby fan as an entertainer and performer. What he did, I'm not with that. But I think enough's enough. I think it's time for him to come on out and live the rest of his life. He's not really he's not going to be, what do you call it? A threat to society Right. anymore. His legacy squashed. Let him have his last couple of years alive, in some sort of peace. I respect the people who got raped, who claimed they got raped, but they've moved on too, I believe, and I think it should be over,
Yeah, and Pierre, I'm actually going to touch, hands with you there. I definitely agree, because like I said, when I saw it, although a woman who has been molested, I've been through a situation where, people didn't believe me, but it's still heartbreaking to see a mugshot like this. It's like, I know it's standard. I know this is what they typically do for prisoners. They retake their mugshots, but it was just like, like He's old, like he's
I feel like it's just piling on.
Right.
Like they're piling on. I get it. What else do we want him to do? Like, I mean, I'm quite sure maybe some of the rapists might want him dead, but come on.
Right.
You know, what else do we want from this man? His legacy's pretty much been tarnished pretty good. So what else do we want? That mugshot did not help. It's going to add more to the negative of his legacy. What else is next? You know, so I wish it wouldn't have came out. And I hope he, I hope he does whatever time he has to do and get out soon and just get to live, him and Camille, go on in the, out in the wilderness and do what they do and live, the rest of them. Because he don't have much time left. I mean, come on, he's 83 years old, let's be honest. So
yeah, and we'll see. He has his appeal on December 1st with the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. So we'll see how that goes, Pierre.
Free Bill Cosby. All right, enough's enough. Free Bill Cosby. And even though I respect the victims, if they were, the accusers who said they were raped, I really, respect the fact they feel the way they feel. But it's time to move on. I think it's time to move on.
Absolutely. Well, Pierre, I definitely thank you for calling in today. Now, you've heard from us. We want to hear from you down below in the comments. For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson.